What's up, everybody? On my way to the gym this morning, and I wanted to make a quick video because I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I typically try to start my day with some kind of motivational video. And over this last week, I've actually started to get out of bed and schedule my day around going to the gym first thing in the morning. First thing I do, at least to get some cardio in. And the reason I do that is because I typically take that time to kind of get ready for my day, figure out what I need to do, and for me, it just helps me be more productive. If I can spend a half hour in the morning on a treadmill, going through the things that I have to do throughout that day, what things I want to get done, what my obligations are, and then what extra things I want to work on. And I typically do that while I'm watching some kind of motivational video. So the last week I've been watching a few videos that have kind of had the same theme, and I don't know really if anybody's made this one yet. So the difference between people in this world is there's really only two types, right? So you're either one of two types of people: is you're an action taker or you're a victim. And sadly, we're all a little bit of both, right? Like, we all have situations that we're typically more of an action taker mentality, and then there's other situations where we're very much a victim mentality, and I'm the same way. I have both in my head as well. There are a lot of times where if I don't want to work on something, or I think something's stupid, instead of me learning how to do it better and taking the time to figure out how to be an action taker, I instead just become the victim and say, oh, this is stupid, or I don't have time to do this because of this, and blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, I equate it to this: is every one of us has time, right? Now, I talk to clients every day, and everybody always talks about how busy their schedule is, and I got to do this, and this, and I just don't have time. My favorite one, because I work at a gym. My favorite one to hear is, I don't have time to work out. That's my favorite one, right? Like, I'm too busy to work out. But what's amazing is then you friend me on Facebook, and I see what you're doing all day, and you got time. You just don't want to have time. Whenever people tell me they don't have time to work out, my typical answer is, have you ever heard of Steve Jobs? And almost everybody's like, yeah, I know who Steve Jobs is. The guy who, owner of Apple, billionaire, right? Yeah. One of the richest men on the planet before he died. Yeah, I know who that is. You know what he did? 5 days a week, he scheduled 45 minutes out of his day, 5 days a week, to dedicate to working out and fitness. Because he thought that it was worth the investment in himself. So what you're telling me is that you are so efficient with your time and your scheduling that you can't figure out how to take a half hour to 45 minutes for yourself 3 to 5 days a week. So in essence, what you're telling me is you're more efficient and time constrained than Steve Jobs, a billionaire. That's what you're telling me. Well, no shit. That was my point. That was the whole point of the story. So my question to you is, don't let excuses make you a victim. If you're not doing something in your life the way that you want to be doing something in your life, the only person who's going to change that is you. And it doesn't mean that you just talked a bunch of shit, right? Because talking shit doesn't matter. You can talk shit all day long, and it really does not matter. If you don't do anything about it, if you don't change your situation, if you don't change your schedule, then your results are going to be the same. I have people all the time who go, oh, well, if you guys offered just a different session, like later session at night, I would totally be there. Oh, so right now your work schedule is 5 a.m. to 5 p.m.? That's your work schedule? Monday through Friday, right? That's your work schedule. Well, no, I don't work till 9. So all those sessions I don't want to get out of bed. Okay, so you're not happy with where you are in life right now. You see that what our program offers is beneficial, has value, you've seen results, and it's only been X amount of time. Yeah. But what you're saying is that the results and the benefits and the goals of what you want to achieve now have literally been laid out in front of you. So now it's no longer time to talk the talk. Now it's time to shut the hell up and get to walking. But now you got to actually walk, right? And so many people, they have, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that with my life. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to become this. I'm going to make this much money. But then they go through the steps and they go through the research and they go through, well, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? How could I make this work? But then they don't walk. They don't just move their feet and start doing things. They just continually talk shit. And it's amazing to me how when you just shut the fuck up and you actually start moving, that stuff actually starts happening, right? So one of my favorite sayings, and I don't remember where I heard this, but I use it all the damn time, is the answer to a question that is never asked is always no. And the reason that stuck with me is because every opportunity in my life has come because I've asked. When I first started my gaming thing and wanted to talk to guys like Trekkie or Bajira or Hodded or Swifty or Athene or any of those guys, you know what I did? Is I asked. Why? Because the worst that somebody can say, the absolute worst thing that anyone can say to you is no. And then you're in the same fucking position that you're in right now. So what have you got to lose? Literally nothing. There's nothing that you can lose by just saying, hey, this is what I want. Can you help me get there? No? Okay, move on to the next person. And find someone who wants to help you get there. And find someone who can help you get some information. And then use that information and get a little bit better. And work on things. And do things. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what you are trying to do. If you don't shut up and start doing, you're never going to accomplish anything. If nothing in your life changes, if you don't get uncomfortable at all in anything that you do all day, you are not going to have a different outcome no matter how hard you think you want it. It doesn't matter until you start doing. So, sorry to rant a little bit, but ultimately, I really enjoy, delving into mindset stuff. And that's kind of what I've really been focusing on as the last month and a half to 2 months, is really trying to work on that mindset and then changing that mindset into me actually doing things, as opposed to just watching motivational videos, as opposed to just watching other YouTubers, as opposed to just watching videos. Is how do I take action? How do I take steps towards that? How do I work with some of these people who I admire and who I think have a lot to offer? And how do my programs that I want to work on as an individual, how do those mesh with what I'm doing now? And all these things are things that you guys should be thinking about, because every single one of you has talent. Every single one of you has unique abilities and have things that you do very, very well. The problem is you're so satisfied with being safe and comfortable that you don't ever try to be something more. You talk a lot of shit about wanting to be something more, and everybody does it. If you've ever read through a Facebook news feed, all you see is people talking shit about wanting to do this, do that, the other thing, and how they're gonna do this. And then you know what? In 3 months, it's the same damn status, because they still haven't done shit from the last time they were talking shit. They just got fed up again enough to where they want to type some messages. Well, how about type those messages? I hope that somebody holds your damn feet to the fire. I hope that next time you write something dumb on Facebook about something that you damn well know that's going to take some courage to do, that you actually have the courage to do it, and you're actually going to change what you're trying to change. Because so many times in this world, all I see are people who just run their mouth and have keyboard courage and keyboard motivation. And ultimately, that doesn't mean anything if you don't get off your ass and do something about it. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a productive day. Enjoy your damn self. Peace.